Hello music heads, this is JP from Unquiet Music Ltd. This video is part of a series documenting our new album called MEMEmusic. And this is a conceptual album in the wake of the first one that was called A Prayer for Our Times. Both albums issued on the Iapetus label. You can find that on Bandcamp, and produced by Markus Reuter. So let me dig a little bit more into the first song of the album, rightfully named Meme. And as the name says, it's about these little units of communication that we are using and abusing on the internet, on the social medias, and also sometimes in the real world, if I may say, just by as a matter of politeness when meeting people or when having superficial or formal interactions. So materializing this use of memes was made through displaying a number of sentences, assertions by different authors, the main one being Georges Bataille. And these different sentences are split into syllables, and there are several voices, up to 15 voices, singing these syllables, each voice singing after the other. So one single sentence would be sung by a lot of different voices, all singing one after the other. That's an ancient method called hocket that was used since the Middle Ages, and it's been recently used on the guitar, at least from my knowledge, on an album called The Construction of Light by a band called King Crimson that you may know. So this construction of this piece was actually based on a mosaic and spatial disposition of sounds that I used for a previous song on the first album. This song is actually a spatial positioning of different notes, and these notes are then converging into a single sound. So let me show you the diagram that I first used to create that. Okay, so this is the converging mosaic that I used on Prayer for Our Times. So this is the time scale from beginning to end. This would be the notes heights, low notes and higher notes. And this is the notes that are in front, and these notes are in the back. So it represents a spatial evolution, so to say, in the notes, with the heights, the time, and the closeness or distance. So you can see these notes are starting high, these notes are starting low, back, front, and then everything converging till the end one note here. So this drawing and diagram of sounds that you just saw was actually used in reverse. I started from a single sound or sounds that were very close together, and then widened the display of these sounds and complexified the rhythm. And I started first by doing that using different synth sounds and building the matrix, if I may say, that I would later use, replacing the sounds by sung syllables. So this was something like that. So just very simple synth sounds. You see, I was so excited by these sounds that I started improvising an electronic bass on it. And this bass, as exciting as it was, served as a counterpoint to the syllables and to all the sung parts, and was used in the final piece. heavily treated by Adrian Benavides. So once I did that piece and I finished that draft, I would say I bumped into words from Georges Bataille, and these words were describing more or less the condition, what I thought could resonate with our current condition of human beings, although it has been written in the 30s, much before the war. So it's about who we are as individuals and how we are positioned, and the fact that individuals tend to melt into a kind of collective thinking and unique thinking, which seems to be very, very widespread today all across the planet. One of the obvious examples of that is the reaction of the whole humanity, the same reaction to the COVID epidemics. But it's not about COVID specifically, it's about language more, and about the way we use the language, since language is what makes us. So let me show you a bit of the syllables together with the notes and how this took shape and how that was sung. So these are a few of the notes that I used to sing the hocket parts. You can see here the different syllables and different measures and voices, and here it's materialized by printing the different notes and syllables and assigning a different color for each voice and then singing that. And also here there is a lead voice that is going in front of the hocket voices. There's two voices singing together with the syllables, and of course their syllables have to come at the same time. When they speak, they are to be silent or sing the same thing. So to sing all these syllables, since some of them were going into the high treble, and also since we wanted to have some kind of different sounding, I called on my good friend Raphaël Terreau. Raphaël is running a few choirs in the area, and he also has a very nice countertenor voice. He also sings diphonic sounds. So we spent a couple of days singing on the MEME song and also a few other ones, but the MEME was probably the most challenging of them. And we came with this hocket session of voices, different voices, singing different syllables, as I mentioned. Once we had that, Markus contacted Adrian Benavides in Austin to transform these recordings. So Adrian is a very talented engineer, mixing engineer, producer, guitar player, singer. There's a lot of different talents. He's supporting live acts, but he also has his own band called Earth Diver, which is heavy prog industrial electronic music. And Adrian took all these tracks and created unique atmospheres, I would say, using filters, distortions, electronic treatments of sorts, resulting in having a kind of robotic or cyborg environment and artificial kind of voicing, which fits very well with the idea of the song. So once that was done, we also created a video just to support a little bit and help the listener to understand, because that's the most challenging listening of all the album. Actually, it's the first song, so you have to go through this to go then to the more accessible parts. But that's the whole idea, going from meme, social, superficial places, strange places, to very deep and warm and simple love songs. So we'll see a bit more next time, some other song. And I hope this one was of interest, and I tell you till next time.